Hello and welcome to Ryno's Orioles Report. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Well, what do you say about this Orioles team? Well, at least you can say this past series against the Giants, they weren't bad in all three phases of the game. Pitching, defense, and hitting. The hitting came to play. Scored what, 20 runs in a 3-game series? That's doable. That sounds like at least 2 wins, right? No. Because the pitching and the defense only came to play 1 game. Oh, and yes, it was that guy pitching. Of course. Of course it was. So you can see him on MassSports.com. Yes, I'm going to get to the series and then we'll get to September 1st call-ups. No, bearing the lead probably with what the news is for baseball right now, but let's get to the games first. It's game 1, as I said, MySports.com. At least I think that got through. Game 1 of the series, Friday's game. Of course, it was on Apple TV, so only Apple subscribers could watch it. Wonderful, right? Yeah, that's cool. If you're a Masson subscriber, you couldn't watch it. That makes so much sense, doesn't it? Yep. Baltimore Orioles 8, San Francisco Giants 15. Believe me, this is one of the games I don't think you wanted to watch. Holiday 2 hits and a walk. Jeremiah Jackson 1 hit and a walk. Also struck out 3 times. Henderson 1 hit. Vasquez pinch hitting late. Blowout, you might as well get Henderson out of there. RBI, but no hit. Ryan Mountcastle 3 hits, 4 RBIs. Okay, Manuel Rivera hit 2 RBIs. Cowser 0 for. Kobe Mayo hit an RBI. Dylan Beavers 0 for. Daniel Johnson pinch hitting and then going into play left field late 0 for. Local kid, they really wanted to get him in there. Alex Jackson 1 hit, also walked once. Mountcastle with 2 doubles. Yeah, Mayo with a home run there. A few of Mountcastle's RBIs were with 2 outs. Same with Rivera and Mayo's home run. So the hitting came to play in this game. They did. Now the pitching obviously wasn't there. Giving up 7 runs in the first 3 innings, or even 9 runs in the first 4 innings. Also, defense committing 3 errors. Rivera throwing error, Holiday fielding error, Beavers with a throwing error. Yeah. And then nobody covering the plate in Beavers' vast overthrow. Alex Jackson goes to chase the ball down. Wolfram also goes to chase the ball down and nobody covers the plate. I don't know where Mountcastle was. I mean, the ball was hit to the outfield with the runners on. You don't need to cover first base. Cover the plate, those runners will move up a little less. And even if he's supposed to go towards the infield for cutoffs, so why wouldn't he cover the plate? So somebody should have been covering the damn plate, but nobody decided to cover the plate. Oh, okay, cool. Idiots. So not only are they making errors, but they're making stupid mistakes that don't go down as an error. Like, you should get an extra error for not covering the plate. Yeah, because you should have covered the plate. Between Wolfram and Mountcastle, somebody should have been there to cover the plate if Jackson's going to go get the ball. Or Jackson should have stayed at the plate and left Wolfram or Mountcastle go get the ball, but they're probably not in the right position. Dean Kramer getting a start in this game. Yeah, well, Basayo didn't catch. It was Alex Jackson, so that wasn't a problem because, yeah, that's some news that apparently, well, it wasn't this game. It was a start prior to this that some kind of heated-ish conversation between Basayo and Kramer. Like, Kramer doesn't really like the way Basayo catches, or maybe the fact that they're on their 7th catcher this year, and Dean Kramer is the only pitcher that's been here all year. He probably doesn't like to have to throw to the 7th different catcher this year. He's probably annoyed. I would be too if I have to break in a new catcher. Who wouldn't be? Who wouldn't be? I can't blame the guy. But at the same time, I don't know. West Coast Blues, I guess, did not go well for a lot of the pitchers. Some people, they're mentioned on the broadcast, and again, it was Ben Wagner. Ben Wagner and Ben McDonald on the... Actually, they were on the call Sunday, but then who the radio guys? Forgot their names already. Shit. Brett Hollander and Jeff... I'm sorry, I forgot their names already. But they mentioned that it really seemed like the Giants knew what was coming. Kramer tipping pitches. Which happens? Some kind of signaling device. And, with technologies, who knows? But it's... And again, I didn't watch the game because I couldn't watch the game because, yeah. So I'm relying on the Jeff Arnold. That's his name. So relying on Brett Hollander, Jeff Arnold to describe the game to me. And the best they could do was that the Giants hitters were just jumping all over everything like they knew what pitch was coming. I wonder about the pitch comm to a certain extent. How loud is it? I mean, if it's going off in the catcher's ear, I mean, does it say fastball? Does it just beep once or twice? But then, if you hear one beep and then you see a fastball, then you know that when you hear one beep, a fastball is coming. So, can the hitters hear it right there next to where the catcher is? Are they putting pitch comms in their helmets when they're hitting? It's a real possibility. Because how could you check unless you physically look at their helmets? And maybe move some of the padding around. It's entirely possible. I mean, look, I know I get on the Astros case a lot for their banging on garbage cans, but it's not like they're the only ones doing things like that. And in the history of baseball, it's not just the Astros that have been caught cheating. Or just the Astros that were cheating. Bet you at least half the teams out there are cheating in some way. I bet you they are. But however, final line for Dean Kramer, 3 innings pitched, gives it up 9 hits, 7 runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. 1 strikeout. That's on Kramer-like. For 3 innings, you would expect it to be at least 3. So yeah, I think it's fairly accurate that that the Giants offense did know what was coming. Either they were really good guessers because Kramer's become somewhat predictable, or, they got the answer to the test somehow. Corbin Martin in for relief, pitching the full 4th and 5th inning, does give up the 2 hits and the 3 runs, all earned, walking 1, striking out 2. Just can't stop it. In comes Yennier Cano for an inning and a third. So the full 6th inning and then 1 out into the 7th inning. Does give up 1 hit, but no runs. Only walks 1, strikes out 2. It's about time we get the good Cano because we really could need it. And you know what? If the Oriole offense, who's actually had a fairly good night, has a chance to come back because it's, it's close. Pitching staff has given up 10 runs, but at the same time, the Orioles have 6 of their own. And the Oriole offense did score 2 runs in the last 2 innings. So it's possible. Crazier shit has happened. Of course, then you come to Grant Wolfram in the bullpen to finish off the 7th inning and then pitch the full 8th inning. Yeah, that didn't go well, did it? No, not at all. Inning and 2/3 for Wolfram. Does give up 6 hits, 5 runs, 1 earned run. Yeah. It's where you come in and you see these kids cracking under pressure because, they're all kids. You ain't got no veteran presence now. Who's the most veteran guy? Keegan Aiken or Ryan Mountcastle? That's your veteran presence. Holy shit. 3 strikeouts for Wolfram. So, not a terrible outing when you consider 4 of those runs were unearned. Maybe if the defense came to play, it would be a different situation here. But you got guys booting balls. You got guys missing it with their glove, having it hit them in not great places. Launching balls at it from the outfield like you're Heston Kjerstad. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it was crazy to see Beavers throw the ball that far off his target. Why he's not throwing to a cutoff man somewhere, I don't know. I'll never understand that. But whatever. So, well, I did see a replay. That's right. That's why I do remember the visual of that throw. It's just whatever game center type of online mobile doogebob thing that I'm looking at while listening to Jeff Arnold and Brett Hollander. You got a few replays in there. I mean, he was just way offline. So far offline. At least 20 feet. It wasn't like he was in deep left field. He was in left field. Maybe even a little shallow left field. And he missed the plate by at least 20 feet. I don't know. It's not good. It's not good. Remember what I said about the outfield coach. I don't think they do their jobs well. Because of what I see. Let's get to game 2 of this series. Really? What? Where was all this in other games? So if the starting pitcher goes out there and shits the bed for the first 2 innings, the whole team crumbles. Weak. It's weakness. That's weakness. Baltimore Orioles 11, San Francisco Giants 1. Holiday hitting an RBI, walk twice. Jeremiah Jackson, 2 hits, 4 RBIs. Henderson, 2 hits and an RBI. Vasquez pinch running late. Another blowout. You might as well, again, get some of these guys some rest. Mountcastle, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Cowser, 1 hit, struck out 3 times. Beavers, 2 hits and an RBI. Kobe Mayo, 0-for. Sam Basayo, hit, RBI, and a walk. Daniel Johnson, 2 hits and walked once. Scored 3 times. Again, local kid here, so they got him in some games. Mountcastle, Johnson, Jackson, Cowser with doubles. Holiday with a triple. Mountcastle, Jackson with home runs. Basayo finally got his first. Didn't get robbed this time. Finally with his first home run. So congratulations to him. Hopefully you do more. Only Jackson we're speaking of with the hits and the RBIs and all that. That would be Jeremiah Jackson with all those doubles because Alex Jackson never made it into this game. And also Jackson as in last name. Yep, Trevor Rogers got the start in this game. Was anybody shocked by the final score and the way this team performs? Because apparently this team can't perform unless Trevor Rogers is on the mound. Okay, whatever. 7 full innings pitched for Rogers. Does give up the 5 hits and the 1 run, but the no walks and the 5 strikeouts. That's, yeah. I still didn't want to give up both of them. Not both. I'm looking at my thing down here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm looking at OBS here, and when it loaded up, and it seemed like it was the right configuration, but I just noticed over there it may not have been completely correct. I think it's fixed now, hopefully. Sean Dubin in relief pitching 2 full innings, only threw 26 pitches, so that's That's pretty good. I certainly get why you would like that, but at the same time, you've got 8 dudes out there, and actually, there were 3 pitchers in the bullpen that did not pitch in this series, which doesn't make that much sense. Though one of them was Dietrich Enns, and he had that opener, what was it, 2-3 games ago, or no, by now it was 4 or 5 days ago, which is kind of odd. I mean, I know he throws almost 3 innings, so you want to give him an extended rest, but I feel like when Sunday comes around, he needs to get in there. But, I mean, we'll see tonight. Like, if he gets in there tonight, then it's probably fine. Because what did he have, 4 or 5 days off? Because at the same time, that's kind of a lot. I mean, whatever. Enrico Garcia and Keegan Aiken didn't pitch at all either. Which, I mean, whatever. Sorry, back to Sean Dubin pitching the final 2 innings of this game, the full 8th and the full 9th inning. No hits, no runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. 26 pitches there. Good performance there. You don't even care about the 1 walk because you think you're going to walk 1 person in 2 innings. That's going to make, I mean, the way that Major League umpiring is right now, yeah. Which is absolute garbage because of its inconsistency. And there are ways to make it more consistent. Major League Baseball just doesn't want to do it. Major League Baseball is watching one of Tom Davis's shows the other day, and yeah, I mean, he says it correctly. I mean, he's really good. Much more better at this craft than I am. Major League Baseball is very slow to adopt some kind of replay assistance into the game. Football, hockey, basketball, even racing, they have it. Major League Baseball is very slow. Of course, there are a bunch of old crusty-ass white guys running this shit. And is a replay system really the best option? It's tough to say, because to a certain extent, you're going to end up limiting that, how many times you can challenge the strike zone. But at the same time, if it goes really quick, which we saw it in the All-Star game, and they're actually using it in the minor leagues from what Tom Davis says, which I didn't know that they're using it in the minor leagues, and they tested it out in spring training this year. Right? Yeah. So it's not like it's not being used, and again, with the use comes your ability to make tweaks to make it better. It goes fast, right? You tap your head, they bring up on the Jumbotron or somewhere, bam, look, here's the strike zone with the box, and here's where the ball was, bam, okay, we're done. It goes quick. It's much faster than how you replay a call at first base or hit down the line, whether it was fair or foul or whatever. So why wouldn't you be okay with that? You're showing up the... Look, as far as Major League Baseball has come, as far as the professional athlete has evolved in the past 20 to 30 years, have our eyes evolved? You think about some of these umpires and how old they are. No, ours have not evolved or gotten better. They've stayed about the same. Or in some cases, especially with age, it gets worse. They need assistance. They need a tool to more accurately and consistently umpire the strike zone. Yes, but apparently Major League Baseball doesn't give a shit. Hopefully it'll be different next year, because it seems like that whole challenge system for the strike zone is going fine in the minor leagues, went fine in the All-Star game, went fine in spring training, because we need something. I think that'll be the first step. The next step, give the umpires a tool. Like looking on their wristband. Hey, was that a striker? Oh, that fast. Something. I don't know. All right, back to the series. Game 3. I think this was probably a worse played game than even Game 1, because at least you could say the hitters came to play. Of course, Justin Verlander pitching, and after 20 years of pitching, he knows exactly what the hell he's doing out there. And all these 20 to 25-year-old hitters haven't got a damn clue what they're doing at the plate, and they for damn sure didn't have a damn clue what the hell Justin Verlander was doing on the mound. Like, they haven't seen him pitched in the last 20 damn years. They have no idea. I knew what he was doing, and I'm just some guy sitting in his basement talking about baseball. You don't know? Fastballs at the top of the zone, curveballs, and changeups, and a few sliders thrown in there. Coming out of the same arm slot and tunnel slot like they're going to be at the top of the zone, and then dropping down to the bottom of the strike zone, and sometimes below the bottom of the strike zone. He can do nothing else. Okay. However, Baltimore was 2, San Francisco Giants 13. Another 3 errors by the Orioles defense in this game. Holiday hit RBI, walked 3 times. Well, apparently, Jackson Holiday knew what the fuck Justin Verlander was doing, but the rest of these assholes did not. And apparently, Holiday didn't want to share anything. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I did see, and it was Holiday, I feel like, was walking in a dugout, and it seemed like it was Cowser wanted to have a discussion with him about what he was seeing, and it really didn't seem like Jackson Holiday responded. Like, he barely acknowledged that Cowser was talking to him. Somewhat odd. He didn't even look towards Cowser. He was looking right at the dugout where he was walking. Cowser was like over here-ish. And it just, like, oh, okay. However, y'all do whatever. Jeremiah Jackson 1 hit, struck out twice. And a lot of strikeouts for Verlander. Far too many. Henderson 2 hits and an RBI. Mountcastle 2 hits, walked once. Colton Cowser over. Beavers 1 hit, also walked once. Sam Bassau over, walking once. Luis Vasquez getting the start at shortstop, so Gunnar Henderson could DH. Excuse me, over. Daniel Johnson 1 hit. Okay. Bing bong, go away. Johnson and Holiday with doubles, and that's it for your extra base hits. Not going to win too many ball games like that. Stolen base. Jackson Holiday, 2 errors by Jeremiah Jackson, a throwing error and a fielding error. Vasquez also with a fielding error. Yeah. Whoo. Verlander only went 5 innings. Pathetic. From a hitting department, it's pathetic. Because again, it wasn't anything new that nobody has seen ever. So, and it's not like Verlander's out there throwing 98 miles an hour. It's a mid to low 90s fastball. You should be able to kind of catch up to it if you're looking for something off speed down. But whatever. Tomoyuki Sagano got the start in this game. Did not go well for him. Colton Cowser did make a nice play in center field. Made a few diving attempts. Got 1 ball. Cowser then trapped another one. So, but at the same time, Cowser's looking okay at center field. I'm not sure that I'm ready to crown him the center fielder of all center fielders for the rest of Orioles' existence. But at the same time, you're going to have Cowser on the roster. Dylan Beavers he's probably going to make the roster next year. I mean, who the hell knows? Tyler O'Neill, as far as I knew earlier in the season, I thought it was a team option, but apparently it's a player option. So, yeah, Tyler O'Neill's going to be back next year, assuming he's healthy. Or the Orioles really going to go out there and get them a better center fielder than Colton Cowser? Probably not. Which, if Cowser stays healthy, I think he can. I think you can win with Cowser in center field. I like the way Mullins played center field, and it's not like Colton Cowser is any better offensively. Still a sucker for an off-speed pitch. Sagano, able to go 3 1/3 of an inning, which is not good as a starter, through 80 pitches, giving up 10 hits, 7 runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Struck out 4? We pitched 3 innings. Whatever, man. Whatever. Cage Stroud in relief of Sagano, pitching the rest of the 4th inning and then the full 5th inning. Does give up a hit, but no runs, walking 1, striking out 1. So another good outing for Cage Stroud. Corbin Martin in relief of Stroud started out the 6th inning, only able to get 2 outs in the 6th inning. This is where a lot of errors happened. As you can see, only 2/3 of an inning for Corbin Martin, giving up the 1 hit, the 3 runs, but no earned runs. Does walk 2, does strike 1 out through 29 pitches. I mean, at that point, yeah, I mean, you had to get the guy out of there. 29 pitches in 1 inning, you haven't even got 3 outs yet. You had to get him out. Yunior Cano in for the last out of the hell inning were we at? 6. Last out of the 6th. And then pitching the full 7th inning. 1 hit, no runs, walking 1, no strikeouts for Cano. A nice performance for Cano. Why can't you do that when we're winning by 2 or 3 runs? I'm waiting for your response, dickhead. No? Not going to answer? Oh, okay. Cool. Because you're not a real person right here. It's just a computer screen. Yeah, obviously. Alex Jackson in for the 8th inning. Alex Jackson, the backup catcher. Yeah, one of those games. Again. Woo! I do not think I would ever have this guy do this again, because he was one of the worst ones I've seen the Orioles throw out there. Surprised they didn't put Luis Vasquez out there, because he's done it several times and gotten several outs. Alex Jackson does get a full 1 inning pitch, but not before giving up 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and no strikeouts. Can even throw strikes. Okay. That's fine. That is fine. Let's go down to San Diego, or up to San Diego. I don't know where San Diego is in relation of San Francisco, and I don't really care because I know who's there. Albert Suarez's brother. We got our old friend Manny Machado, who apparently doesn't like us because we didn't show him enough love. Whatever the hell that means. Well, I guess money equals love. We didn't want to pay Manny Machado $300 million, so we don't give him any love. Okay, cool. And then our old friends Ramon Laureano and Ryno Hearn from just this past season, which I don't know why they got rid of Laureano, but it's fine, whatever. And I'm sure I feel like there's at least 1 or 2 other connections there with the San Diego Padres. But however, let's get to some of the articles. This one here by the Matson staff, Vimael Machine, assuming I'm still even saying that right, I don't even know, was designated for assignment more recently, and he has cleared waivers and have accepted the outright to AAA Norfolk. So he's staying in the organization. Go us. And for him, okay, this article here by Rock Kabatko talking about Tyler O'Neill getting a second injection in his wrist and doing some baseball activities. So yay, Tyler O'Neill. Also talking about Rutschman being shut down. I mean, that's just basically where we are right now with his oblique thing. There's not a whole lot you can do to it. It just kind of needs to heal on its own. Westberg is getting close. Rutschman didn't even travel with the team. Westberg did travel with the team. So it is possible that Westberg could be activated during the road trip, but it is not likely. You got a Monday, Tuesday, and a Wednesday game in San Diego. It's possible he could play one of those games, but just more likely that everything's going to wait until we get back to Baltimore for that series. This article also by Rock Kabako talking about Vinny Natoli, who opted out of the contract with the Orioles. He just couldn't make it back to the big club, so he opted out to go to free agency to try to catch on with somebody else and actually pitch Major League Baseball games instead of minor league baseball. Matt Bowman, recently designated for assignment, did not clear waivers, was picked up by the Houston Astros. So Bowman out of the organization. Surprise, but hey, whatever. Auto article here by Rock Kabatko talking about Mateo. He's doing things down there in AAA. He is in consideration for an activation because of the September 1st call-ups. As of now, he didn't make the cut. See, the Orioles selected somebody else, and I'll get to that article here in a few minutes. Wait. Oh, okay. All right. I'm looking at my notes here, and I'm thinking, wait a minute. I wouldn't have wrote it down for that one, but I did write it because there were other things. Okay. So Mateo, yeah, he's hitting, he's playing, or he's taking at bats, not necessarily getting hits. Playing infield, playing outfield. So, again, he's progressing. We may actually see him again this year. Also, about not Dylan McDermott. I keep wanting to call him Dylan McDermott. Chase McDermott. Again, he's pitching single inning outings. So it kind of sounds like, I don't know if this is just because of the end of the season or if it's just moving forward with Mr. McDermott. But it would appear that, at least for the time being, he's not going to be a starter for this organization, which does kind of make sense. He wasn't throwing many strikes. All right, last article here, again, by Rock Kabatko. Here are the two that made the, the cut, I guess, so to speak, for the 2 September call-ups. Yeah, way back in the day, the rosters expanded from 25 to 40. You could have your entire 40-man roster available to you. They did away with that just because, for fairness. It's more fair for it to be one pitcher and one hitter, which I'm not sure that I fully agree on that. Why you go from adding another 15 to adding 2? It can't be 5? Or how about 4? Take it to 30. Okay, fine. One pitcher, one hitter. And the Orioles, again, this article by Rock Kabatko, if I forgot to mention that. I feel like I say that too many times. I don't remember which article I'd say it for and which one I don't. Albert Suarez made the cut for the pitchers, and Maverick Hanley made the cut for the position players. Good to see Maverick Hanley again. Good to see Albert Suarez again. Two guys that have been on injury rehabs or injuries and or rehab assignments. So it's good to see them get back up here with the big club. Also in this article, Cody Petit was on the injured list and then went on some rehab assignments and then didn't make the cut to get called back up to the Major League club and then decided to elect free agency. So Cody Petit not with the organization anymore. But Suarez Hanley back, which is a good sign. Oh, and it is expected that while the move has not been made yet, Tyler Wells will make the start Tuesday. All right, let's get this schedule, wrap this shit up, and get out of here. Oh, they still didn't fix this. Masson.com still has not fixed this. You come over here, you click schedule, bam, it's still next year's schedule. You come over here to live games, part of it is still 2025. Look at September 1st. I can see August from yesterday, the day before yesterday, the day before, this going back to Thursday. All that. I can even click the little calendar button and click all the way over into November 2025, October 2025. So, I don't understand why. Excuse me, now I'm just clicking random buttons. Probably too much. So I understand why the schedule on the left side here is for 2026. But this over here on the right side is for 2025. You didn't know? And nobody has checked your mistakes? Yeah, I make mistakes all the time. I'm also one person. This is an organization that has multiple people working for them. Okay, that's fine. Go to ESPN.com for the schedule. I did that last time. I kind of liked the way theirs looked. And until Masson pulls her head out of her butt, I'll keep using that. Alright, so today, Monday, no off day. That sucks. Going to stay out there on the West Coast. Play the San Diego Padres in San Diego. Today's game scheduled 6:40 p.m. These are Eastern times that I'm telling you because the way the computer's set up, it actually tells me the Eastern times, even though it starts out there in San Diego and it's on the West Coast time. Interesting how technology does that, but sometimes it just automatically does things for you. Again, Monday, today's game scheduled 6:40 p.m. Tuesday, tomorrow's game scheduled 9:40 p.m. Wednesday's game scheduled for 10 p.m. And then finally, an off day before we come back home and play the Los Angeles Dodgers. So that's going to do it for this edition of Ryno's Orioles Report. Please stay tuned for Thursday, and I will discuss the series between the Baltimore Orioles and the San Diego Padres. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I am the Angry Ryno, and this is Birdland.